it's Doodle, and it's time for another day of Book Buzzers with me. So this week's question is brought to us by Evie, and she asked us to discuss book review requests. So what we look for, what we like seeing, what we don't like seeing. So I watched Jenny's video a little while ago, and I agree wholeheartedly with everything she said. And I'm going to pretty much say exactly what she said, adding in I think one thing and then tweaking them to where they're all, more me. So starting with the do on my list, give me time to respond to your email before sending me another one. My request page, I have it listed that I would like 5 business days before you send me another email or contact me in any other way. So I think 1 or 2 authors this summer, while I was in the process of getting LASIK and working on one of my classes, I received an email, a message on Goodreads, a tweet, and then another email, all within like less than a week. And I'm like, delete, 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 delete. So if you give me time, then I would greatly appreciate it, because if you don't, you're just spamming my inbox, and it's annoying. So a don't. Do not send requests for books outside of what I normally read. So I don't read anything crime, mystery, religious undertones, adult, memoirs, biography, autobiography, and self-help, cookbooks, that sort of thing. If you've been on the blog, then you've seen that, hey, everything I read is mostly young adult. And then, I toss in a little bit of new adult and maybe an adult title or two. I keep it nice, short, and sweet, and just, stuff I enjoy reading, stuff that's more my own personal age. So, keep it within what I want, not the shenanigans outside of what what I want to read. So if I get a request for an adult book, erotica, I'm like, delete, delete, delete. I don't even read it. It's like, hey, will you read this title for me? It's like, that's not young adult. Delete. So those just automatically get deleted, and they're pointless to email me. So another do. Please read what I would like to see in the emails that you send me. I have had emails that don't include a cover picture. They don't include a blurb. They don't include a link to Goodreads, which are the 3 big things I want in my emails. Include information about the author, include links to Goodreads, Facebook, and Twitter for the author, include links to Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Smashwords for the book, so later I don't have to go searching for them whenever if I do accept the request, go and make the post. It makes it 10,000 times easier on me knowing where everything is in one small email than having to go search for it all over the web, because I won't do it. So the more you include, the happier I am. So the less you include, the less likely you are going to get accepted. So another don't. Do not send me an e-copy before I accept the review. So I have had a couple authors send me Smashword codes or a copy of their book on Smashwords or an e-copy attached to the email of their book, and those I tend to just delete. Unless I've worked with the author before and I've specifically told them, hey, if you can send me all of this, the information about this book when you send it to me, then yeah, I'll read it because I like your work. But if, it's an author I've never heard of, I've never heard of their book, then I most likely am just going to deny it, because you assume that I would want to read your book, and that kind of upsets me, because 1, do I know if you look at my page, and 2, is it really going to be something I'm going to enjoy? I don't like having authors assume I want to read their stuff. It's a personal preference what I pick up and what I accept and whatnot, and assuming I'm going to accept it irks me. So, my last do, make it personal, and this is the most important one for me. I want it to be personal. I don't want to see Dear Doodle's book blog or Dear Book Blogger. You're writing to the blogger, not to their blog. So when you say Doodle's book blog, I'm like, so you didn't take the time to look and figure out what my name was. That's real nice. If you send it to Dear Book Blogger, then it's like, how many times did you copy and paste this email to different bloggers? You really didn't take the time to figure out my name, which is plastered all over the blog. Hell, every post of mine, for the most part, I'd say 98% of my posts, all have the whole cute little doodles out at the bottom of the post. I have my name plastered on the blog. I have a full About Me page that is like forever long about me. So, you know, when you don't have Dear Emily or Dear Doodle, I tend to get very upset and just delete it. That being said, I have had authors, quite a lot actually, frequently, that have sent me emails saying, hey, Emily, or hey, Doodle, like your nickname, or hey, Emily, how's your thesis going, or hey, did you get a chance to watch an episode of show X this week, or I really like the one band you mentioned, or something like that. You know, it tells me that they took time to look at my blog, to get to know who I am, to figure out, you know, what kind of things I like to read. So it just shows, if they make it personal, it shows that they took the time to go through my blog. I know they looked at reviews, I know they looked at my About Me page, my review request page. It shows they took the time. And that is the biggest thing I want. You know, I don't want someone just randomly sending me a request because they think, hey, she'll read it, she likes young adult books. Or hey, she'll read it, she reads books. No, I want it personal, because then I know that, you know, you put some thought behind the email, you put some thought behind what bloggers you want reviewing your stuff. That is the most important thing. So, that being said, that is everything I have for you guys this week. And now I'm turning the question on you. What do you guys like seeing in your review requests? What don't you like seeing? If you aren't a blogger, then if an author were to email you, what would you like to see? You know, that sort of thing. So I look forward to hearing you guys, your comments, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. Doodle is out.